This is the best support Pokemon for the Greninja. You use a Quillfish, you give it an ability patch to have Intimidate as opposed to having Poison Point or whatever it has otherwise. You hypertrain HP, defense, speed, and special defense. You give it 26 Carbos so that it guarantees outspeeds the Greninja because it is important to go first. And then you give a good spread of special defense and HP ups, so Zinc and HP up. Just a little bit here and there to so it isn't a glass cannon. Then you teach it the moves. Acupressure, minimize, stockpile, and acid spray. Turn 1, you stockpile. Turn 2, you minimize. Turn 3, you acid spray. Turn 4, you acupressure the Slowbro. You don't buff yourself. You use acupressure on the Slowbro. What acupressure does is it randomly increases an ally's stats by 2 stages, meaning Slowbro's stored power will do even more damage than it already does. Alright, I'm here to show you my favorite support from the Greninja raid. Was also a useful support in the Cinderace raid, but I particularly love it here because of one move, and I will tell you what it is. So, as most raids begin, you want to buff up your defense or your team's defense. The advantage of having Quillfish is the hidden ability of Quillfish is Intimidate, lowering Greninja's attack, but crucially, this raid does not have any way for Greninja to increase its attack, only as way of shedding negative effects. So that attack is going to be low until he sheds all negative effects. So turn 1, as all supports should do, turn 1 you do a defensive cheer. Everyone's defense and special defense gets raised up by 1 stage. I have maxed out my Quillfish's speed so that I can go first and I can use minimize. I'm at +2 evasion, so Greninja's moves will more than likely miss. Nullified stat changes is perfectly fine. Because I am faster, I can minimize again. Because the nullified stat moves happen very early, we can now set up for the Slowbro to kill even harder than the Slowbro would normally be able to kill with its regular build. I'm going to use 2 stockpiles, which increase my defense and special defense as the Slowbro continues to set up. Unfortunately, we have a person who does not have a Pokemon built to deal with the rain. But we have 2 people who are. Both the Toxapex and the Slowbro know what is happening, and that's all we really need. So now I'll stockpile one more time. And here's my favorite thing about this raid. So ever since the Cinderace raid, we have learned about Slowbro using stored power. Well, Quillfish learns 2 separate moves that help the stored power Slowbro. Number 1 being Acid Spray, that the Toxapex can also learn, which reduces the enemy Pokemon's special defense. But Quillfish also has access to the move Acupressure. Acupressure, when used on an ally, will randomly select one of its stats and give +2 to those stats. Now the use of Acupressure. Since his defense is maxed out, it will no longer try to max out its defense. It instead did +2 special attack. Because of the way stored power is made, in which that every buff you take increases your damage on stored power, I can continue to use Acupressure on the Slowbro to keep increasing its damage on stored power. Another amazing benefit of this is that acupressure has a chance of affecting your accuracy and increasing accuracy, which completely counters the double team that the Greninja is trying to use. Special defense rise, that's also fine, meaning that the hydro pumps from Greninja will do less damage to the Slowbro. Second stored power. And I'm going to keep using acupressure in hopes that I can target the accuracy. The one drawback is that the acupressure buff is random, but it is always of 2 stages. I can keep using acupressure. Eventually, I will raise the accuracy or evasion, both of which are amazing to have increased. We do need to be a bit careful because... And there it is. Despite having a player constantly dying in our raid, we were able to completely wipe Greninja off the face of this earth, and there's nothing you could do about it. So if you need a powerful support, invest in Quillfish. All you need is a little bit of speed and the right moves.